Let's head over to Mike Joy, who truly has some special guests.
Yeah, racing royalty here. Linda Vaughn just walked by. Here's 2/3 of the greatest Formula One booth in American history, Bob Varsha and David Hobbs. Nice of you to drive that car up here for Edsel Ford and the folks.
Well, it's the first time I've driven a stick shift for about 10 years. I was a bit worried about my size, 11 feet on those little tiny pedals. I thought it'd be great if I got my throttle stuck open. But anyway, it came up all right, and I didn't stall it, which is the key. And all for diabetes and for Edsel Ford, whose son has diabetes, and we've become very close friends now. We both live in Vero Beach in the winter, and he's a great guy, and we have a lot of fun together. And he asked me to come down last week. This is my first time in a Barrett-Jackson, and boy, oh boy, I had no idea it was quite this big. It's like a city.
Unbelievable. So after writing the book, Habbo, what have you been up to?
Not a lot, really. I go to a media island every year and go to a couple of other little concourses and do the Hall of Fame in Daytona. Other than that, pretty much at home all the time, retired. We go to France for 3 weeks in the summer.
I'll spill the beans. I was going to come up and surprise you while you were talking to Mike, but maybe at your age we shouldn't do that sort of thing anymore. But I will tell you that while we were down here, a security guy up there said to me, oh, Formula One hasn't been the same without you and David, which is really nice that people still feel that way more than a decade later.
Well, I must say I do sell my book a bit. I go to Elkhart Lake or Road America 3 or 4 times a year, and I can't believe the amount of fans who come up and say, oh boy, just not the same without you and Bob and Steve matching. Just so it's very gratifying to hear, because it's 8 years since I did it last, but nevertheless it's a shame we're not still doing it. Bob and I traveled for 20-odd years, and we went to a lot of places. We used to go to all the races in those days, and we had a lot of fun together.
We had all sorts of fun, and David used to boast we never had a crossword between us, and I don't know many marriages who have had that sort of thing.
Well, you guys were cellmates for all those years. So, Bob, I'm going to ask you to stick around, and Craig, I'm sorry, but I got to go to Talladega. I got to go to my day job. So, is it okay if Bob sits in?
Bob can sit in. David can help. I mean, this is such a power couple right here of F1. You, the voice of NASCAR. This is royalty right here at Barrett-Jackson.
Well, we've had a lot of fun together, and more to come. Thank you.
That's right. I'd rather be here.
Rick.
Gentlemen, thank you so much for being here. It's been one of my great honors to work with David Hobbs over the years, along with Bob and Mike, and of course being here at Barrett-Jackson. What a lot of fun.